The CAQ leadership race is getting increasingly messy, and it's raised questions about who is running Quebec right now. Also, the so-called Brownie investigation commissioned by the Quebec Liberal Party. David Heurtel joins us now. Hi, David.
Hi, Mitsumi.
So, David, the investigation on allegations people were paid to vote for Pablo Rodriguez in the Liberal leadership race. So, it does conclude that Rodriguez knew nothing of it, but not much else. So what value do you think this report has?
Well, it has some value. Even Judge Fournier said himself yesterday that his report, he compared him and his report to a hunting dog without teeth. He didn't have subpoena power. He didn't have the powers of an inquiry board. He couldn't force testimony or the production of documents. But it is clear that there's still gaping questions about, is there a there in this whole scandal involving Pablo Rodriguez? We still haven't found real hard investigation. Those text messages that the Journal de Montréal published in the midst of the scandal that really lit the fuse even more than Mauro Risky's actions, that's still not authenticated. There's nothing more than that. And also reports now that in this report, even there are allegations now made under oath that were made to Judge Fournier that Mauro Risky's own office was used, her writing office was used, and writing personnel used the writing office to sell membership cards during the leadership race, which would be something that is not permitted. You can't use National Assembly staff or National Assembly offices to do partisan activities. So even Mauro Risky now seems to be tainted by this. So more and more questions still unanswered, but still yet no fire to go with all this smoke, and still nothing directly linking Pablo Rodriguez to any wrongdoing.
Okay. Now, I want to get to the CAQ leadership race now. The candidates, Christine Fréchette and Bernard de Randeville, they don't seem to agree on a lot of important issues. And it seems that this is working more for Christine Fréchette than the strategy Bernard de Randeville is using.
It really is, because a new Léger poll out this afternoon is now showing that amongst CAQ voters, Christine Fréchette has the support of 64% of those CAQ voters compared to 19% for Bernard Drinville. Now, in late January, the same Léger had the race at 59-22. So the scorched earth policy from Bernard Drinville attacking Christine Fréchette on immigration, on the third link in Quebec City, on her supposed indecision, it's actually not working. It's hurting Bernard Drinville, but also it's hurting the CAQ more broadly, because while the CAQ is talking about immigration, the disastrous immigration policy and the third link, Quebecers' priorities are firmly with affordability, healthcare, and housing. So disconnect completely. And also, the government has seemed to be completely frozen. The wheels seem to have completely come off this government, and it's not taking care of the daily business of governing either.
And not only that, David, you know, there are a lot of questions about who is in charge here, because you look at the poor people who are caught up in this immigration program, the Quebec Experience program. You know, they're going to get a new premier April 12th. They don't know what this new premier is going to give them a break or not. And in the meantime, some of them, their visas are running out. And
it's just plain cruel, Mitsumi. It's cruelty. It's I gotta say, it's utter cruelty, because Jean-François Roberge, who takes his orders from François Legault, let's face it, this whole immigration policy was from the Premier's office. Let's not make any mistakes. No loose cannons here. And so this is, and now we're hearing that no matter what business leaders are saying, unions, municipalities are saying, we're going to wait until April 12th before telling those poor people that have made all these sacrifices to come work and contribute to our society. We'll see April 12th. Maybe we'll do something. It's cruel.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for this, David.